What's happening, everyone? Welcome to Friday night's Airbrush Down and Dirty Tricks. Couldn't do last night because we've had a crazy busy week. Again, got sick at the beginning of the week, but we're back on track. Things are rocking and rolling. So, it is 8 p.m. Let's do a sound check. I got sound on my end. I got video on this end. And there's a really big delay from what I'm seeing on screen. So I have to keep that in mind for all you guys. And go from there. We got a bunch of people over here on Facebook. Kevin Goyette, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Thanks for popping in. Jesse Rodriguez. Over here on YouTube, we got more people. Lindsay, what's going on? Fellow Down and Dirty Trickster, thank you for signing up. Dusty Art, what's happening? Bunch of you guys, everyone check in and say hi.
Hey, the drive is full, so it can't record.
Oh, no, I guess I can't record tonight.
Just wanted to let you know.
Max Thrash from Houston, what's going on, man? Brian Skaggs over on Facebook, how you doing, man? Remember, you guys on Facebook, the feed is always way more stable over on the YouTube channel. Facebook, I just kind of keep on so you can kind of see what's happening. But the more stable connection, the video quality is better. The stream is much better. So there's a lot more people over on Facebook as well. Michael McClung, what's going on? Warlock, how you doing? Austin, thank you guys for popping in on a Friday night. Cody, Paul, Mike, everyone's spotting to pop in. I really like the membership. I can see who's who. the way it lots up is nice. Donald Locke, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. Let's show you what we got going on tonight, kiddies. Alright, we're going to finish up what I slacked off on last week, and the next day I was going to do a, let me get my face back up here. Oops, wrong one. Last week, last Thursday night, we got to this point, and the next day I was going to do an early afternoon, like a midday overtime. And then a hurricane came in. Well, the threat of a hurricane came in.
And then there was, for some reason, we were the only area in the entire state that didn't get flooded. Which was really weird.
So, we're on the edge of the storm. I got no wind. I got not a stitch of rain, and other towns around us flooded.
We got that was.
I got no rain, nothing.
We barely got any rain, and then a few towns over was a foot of flood water?
Yeah, a few towns were flooded. So Friday, instead of doing the feed, I ended up taking in all my lawn furniture, all the umbrellas from the pool area, and all, just batten down the hatches type of thing. And yeah, so that's why I didn't do it. And then Monday I wasn't feeling great, and that led into Tuesday. So I just decided I was going to do this. We'll finish these here live. These are already spoken for. This one is going to Steve. This one is going to Gary. So these are already spoken for, but after these are done, I'm going to bring up these guys. These are walkway stakes. And we're going to make them not look like cheap plastic pieces of you-know-what. And they light up. Which is kind of cool. So it'll be fun. That's the plan for tonight. Alright. So that one will be available. Lindsay, we got some wind, a few trees down, nothing serious. Yeah, we had nothing here. Hi, Mom. Mom's over on Facebook. But yeah, nothing. Absolutely zero. So, we were lucky. It was good. Oh, all right. So, let's go to where I left off. So, I kind of kept everything where I was. I remixed all the paint up, and then a few other colors. Yeah, spooky, right? I love spooky season 2. So when I saw it was actually on Facebook, so advertising does work. Big Mountain Customs, what's happening? I saw online that the Spirit of Halloween stores were opening up in the area. You always see them starting to come in, because they stock the old stores that are going out of business. And it finally opened up, and it had to be in the areas. That's what kind of led to this. I'm it's the season. Hey, Calvin. So, if recap last week, I had scuffed these and based these, and then showed how to do all the weathering. And then I started these pieces. So I'm going to take this off. This is just magnetized, so the frame is fine. So that can stay right there. And then this one, what's cool with this one is I had to cut an aluminum piece and then bevel the edges because this has a plastic dome, glass dome that goes over it, so it looks kind of cool. That's where we left off. Pull this up because I don't want to have to redo these if I don't have to. Calvin, what's happening, man? Yep. And it's funny, it's like spooky season. We just, but I think after the storm came in, it kind of now starts to feel like fall. Like the morning.
It's getting cooler.
Yeah, the morning's got that cool, like, and everything's kind of wet from overnight.
This morning was 50. It's not cold, but it's like not.
Well, 50 isn't cold to us. Half the people that follow us, like 50, they wear like Parkers and snow pants.
For us, 50 is not really.
Hey,
cold.
Robin. Thanks for popping in.
Like for us, like you don't really wear a jacket until you get to like the 30s.
Yeah, you get in the 40s. Yeah, 40s.
It depends on the 40s. It depends on the day too. Like if it's wet, then yeah, you wear a jacket in the 40s. If it's dry, you don't really have to.
No stamen. No stamen. The few times we need to come up with that word, Big Mount was the one to come up with them. Alright, so basically where I left off here, this was that, and I apologize, I didn't do the color list because I didn't really have time. This is the Wicked Opaque Green Limelight Opaque. So like I did most of this last week, but I want to, because I'm going to add some candies to this, so I'm going to punch up just a little bit of glow into the forehead, a little bit of texture, and we're going to revisit some of that smoke with some yellow to pop it, and then we'll do some candy. If you remember when we did the smoke last week, we broke out the old classic Michael Casey Matchmaker template, which if you've never owned this template, this is amazing template and definitely worth getting. So you do a lot of pinups, it's really good too. And this was done, mostly freehand. We got the paper cut stencil, as you can see right here. And this guy here, we just did freehand. But I want to get a little bit of texture back at him. These won't take too long. I think about half an hour on these. And we'll move on to the other things. And then after we start doing these, I'm gonna start doing like the Road to SEMA projects, because we got SEMA coming up, and I got a whole bunch of projects planned that I'm painting for SEMA, and I'm gonna be painting during SEMA. So I want to kind of prelim start those. I got a really cool idea. I think if I have time, I'm gonna redo one of my old school Bumblebee backpack, which is a hard shell backpack. I wanted to for it and modernize it. So that's going to be like medium flake with some lowrider style tape outs and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that, and we'll probably like finish it or unveil it at SEMA. I wear shorts, t-shirts. Now -15 and then colder. No, man, I'm just a hoodie until it's under 20. If it's in the teens and 20s, for the most part, I can just, hoodie and jeans and t-shirt, I'm good. Maybe a long sleeve underneath. That's it. I don't get the big jackets until it's like, in the single digits to zeros. Or if we're going to be out for a long time, like, shoveling or doing stuff like that. Alright. So, I got this color, but I need to pop it. And if I pop with white, it's going to... You can see, I got sick, and then that came back. If I pop with...
sick again.
Yeah, Kaylee got sick again.
I'm still sick.
We've been trading back and forth the whole month.
I basically missed this entire week of school.
Yeah, you did. She went in...
Monday.
Well, she went in Monday. I thought she didn't go in, so I actually called her in...
It called me out of school sick.
This is funny. So I was sick. I got up, she said she was sick. So I said, well, let me know if you're going to school. So I went back to bed. And I didn't hear from her, so I figured she was right to bed. So I called her in sick to the school. And then I texted her from my bed saying, hey, I called you in sick. I tried to call her, and she didn't answer. And then she didn't answer. She didn't answer because she was in school.
I was like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm in the middle of the holiday.
It's like she was literally in school and I had already called her out. So.
It's like, I had to go to the office and be like, hey,
She's like, my dad called me out, but I'm here.
And then I went home early because I was sick.
And then I had to call you out of school again to go pick her up. It was a fun day.
The desk lady was so nice, though. I love my desk lady. She was the best.
So she knew we were all sick, and that was happening.
She was like, she saw me come in, and she just
Gary
knew.
Shees, what's happening, man?
She saw me come in, and she just knew. I was like, I hope you feel better.
Yeah,
and I didn't go back to school until today.
So what I'm doing now is I'm taking the opaque yellow with a little bit of that green. And I'm going to start to hit these areas. You know, I think I'm going to add a little bit more white to it, because I don't think it's quite bright enough. I love it in the cold. Big Mountain, where are you out of? I forget off the top of my head. Yeah, so I'm going to do this white just to kind of give like the hot spots of where like the light's coming from. And then we'll go with some candy. We'll start darkening these things up in the right areas, and we'll do a little bit more smoke. And just, you know, you see how that little bit of white is just going to set up for the candy really nice. So hope everyone had a great week. Hey, Route 22, Total Customs, what's happening? So I've been on water for the last 40 years, and this was I was putting off getting Takumi. I broke down. Haha, which one did you get? Did you get the Micron Takumi or just the Eclipse one? They're both outstanding. And I know the Eclipse one is really the same brush as the regular Eclipse, but it just has a different feel. Different feel to it. Michael Robert, how you doing? Gary Shees, what's going on? I'm gonna finish up your piece tonight. So I was just saying we're doing this one now. We're heading to do this kind of whitish yellow, which probably on screen looks super white. But if you put it on white, it's really not. Which is always the interesting thing about painting. I like the little, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, you're in Hawaii, okay. Indiana now. Oh, nice. I used to have family in Indiana. Big farm. I forget what part of Indiana. I don't think my mom's on here anymore, but she would know the area. And this way I could just do some extra little kind of sparks, like that's where the main glow is coming from. And you see that just starts to like give it a light source. And now when I light behind here, you start getting that really cool pop. And then we'll do the smoke and final detail, and these things will be done. And then we'll do the walkways. Mr. Leahy, what's happening? What's going on, brother? Thank you for popping in. We got 32 you guys in here, which is almost all you. The Down and Dirty Tricksters group is still growing, so I want to give a big shout out to all these guys. We are at 36 now. I got Mr. Leahy added in. You are one of the newer ones, or this way, somewhere. And Brett Bernard, I think you guys are the most recent two. So thank you very much for all your support. It means a lot. Makes the channel grow. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All my Down and Dirty Tricksters, and guys who don't know, this gets you 10% off everything on McKayFineArt.com if you're a Down and Dirty Trickster. And it also gets you 10% off my merch store and some other free stuff. It's fun. Calvin Jones, what's going on? Thank you, sir. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much for that super chat. Much, much, much appreciated. So she doesn't understand why airbrushes. It's the same reason why we don't understand why they need that many different makeup types or shampoos or conditioners or things. We just do. See, merch. All right. Let's get this thing done here. So I want to get a little brighter. Get some same thing here. So we're gonna get a little brighter in the nose cavity, a little bit under here, under the cheeks. Just give that. See that? That just gives it that pop. Man, I always love this stuff. This is the fun stage. Come on, come on. Get these eyes up here. Remember to fold those back. Get them bright. Yeah, that's what we want. So smoke at this point, I usually start to do it a mix. I start free-handed. Remember, unlike fire gets a little bit more sporadic. Smoke, you want more to crawl and roll and kind of some more hourglassy kind of shapes to it. Whereas fire, you can go a lot more rigid and wild. You don't want that as much with this. And this is where the matchmaker comes in. Now you can, make that one a little harder, a little harder. Right, make it a little harder. Let's see if we have the right pieces. No. It's the only problem with waiting a week. Where'd it go? I lost it. Well, I'm just going to freehand it and make it work. I lost which one it was. But so see what I mean? That just really starts to add to it. Now it's going to give something for the candies to pop over. Thank you. Maple needs to get the matchmaker. Oh, you know, like in fairness, the Matchmaker is a 23-year-old template, and I haven't seen many people talk about it for a while. When I started doing this channel, I had messaged Iwata about I wanted to do some, bring back some of the old schools, and so they sent me these. So in fairness, these were comped. I know, it's like evil sponsorship from a corporation. But it, you know, brings in a little something new to the game. And if for anyone who's never seen Michael Casey's work, man, Michael Casey's work was just stellar. Amazing fine art illustrator. And I had the privilege of meeting him during the Vargas Awards many years ago. Actually, that was the year this came out, so that was cool, because I met him in 2000. Dennis DiLorenzo, what's going on, brother? Sorry I didn't see you this week, I was sick, but I'm going to be coming down soon to hang out. That wouldn't have been very fun. Felt like crap. So cool, these are getting there. Are you trying to do an Aussie accent? No, I'm not. Why, do I sound like I am? Maybe it's just my voice. Well, maybe I was making fun of you, and now you're here. I gotta stop. Everyone talk normal. Dan's here. Can't make fun of Aussies anymore. Oh, was he really? That's awesome, Max. Yeah, he was. I think he was the first like true illustrator I met, other than Leahy, because I think I met Steve first. But I met a real illustrator. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. I didn't say that, Steve. I didn't say I love you. But yeah, his work was stellar. You know, there's a lot of illustrators that go by and people don't, or the airbrush community doesn't recognize them as much as they used to. Because back in the 80s and 90s, the airbrush magazines were more illustrator type work. And then it became, you know, automotive kind of took over a lot of it. T-shirts and automotive. But prior to that, you were an illustrator. That was what got you in mags, you know, was fine art illustration. And it wasn't even about the airbrush, it was really just about illustration. And so, Deb's fighting words. Oh no, I'm going to become the new Rod Fuchs. Alright, so I'm liking this a lot better. Now I have some contrast for the candy to bounce off of. Oh, I said harder, I said hotter. Well, I didn't say hotter, I said hotter, which you gotta, instead of the OTT, you gotta do HAHDR. It's hotter. I have noticed that there are Australian accents pick up a lot of Boston kind of keywords. Language lesson with Daniel Powers. I don't think we need pronunciation lessons from you, sir. Just saying. We're perfectly capable of effing up a language perfectly on our own. Brian Lewis, what's happening? Javier, thanks for popping in. I haven't seen Steve tonight. Not Steve Leahy, Steve Buckus. I haven't seen him tonight. This one's his. Alright. Now, let's get some candy going. Actually, before the candy, I have a candy that I mixed with poison green and emerald green. So I got that, but before I hit that, I just have Viridian green illustration, semi-transparent. I want to do a little bit of tone. Oh, good, you're here. I didn't see you earlier. Want to make sure you weren't missing your piece. Steve has been bidding on pieces. I think since I started this feed, he finally gets one. So it's cool. I'm very happy. Alright, so I get this tone here. Alright, so I'm going to hit this tone in the darker a little bit before I go to the candy. Because I'm working wet on wet. If I do candies right now, this will kind of blend in with it. It'll kind of melt in. And then I have to put a bleed checker down or just like an inner coat to kind of stop that. And a way around that is you build up the candy. So I'm doing some illustration green first. Mostly in the darker areas. The darker areas. The pronunciation is not harder, it's harder. Have you ever watched Ted, Dan? If you haven't watched Ted, or any movie around Boston that exploits the Boston accent a little bit over the top. What was The Departed. The Departed, they really over-exaggerated that. Alright, so I got that. So now you kind of got that, like, you know, grayish green, white, and that. So that's cool. That's kind of where I want it. Get that out of the gun. Right. Yeah, it's actually pronounced Iwata, but forever we always called it Iwata, so I have such a trouble. I have a hard time saying Iwata. Even when I'm at the booth at SEMA, I gotta like check myself. Like when I'm around like Satoru Iwata, I have to like, oh, it's not Iwata. It's Iwata. The other brand I do that with is Wacom. So for those who have a drawing tablet called a Wacom Cintiq, we always call it Wacom. The company's actually Wacom. Or Wacom. Well, yeah, yeah, I think they just call, they don't call Wacom, it's like Wacom or something like that. I forget exactly. But, so I went to a show and with them in person, I was like, oh. It's not gone. It's better. It's still there because I recaught whatever I had the week before from my daughter. Then she got it back, and so I had a cough. So it's still a little lingering. And the other thing this year, it's ragweed and like milkweed season up here, and we got a ton of it around us. And my neighbor's got a big field of it, so that doesn't help the situation either. Okay, so now I have my candy green. So this will start to tone everything together. And it'll get that yellowish kind of tone. And then it will do some darker. And when I clear this, it'll just look outstanding. It still looks a little white on screen, but it's starting to get more Yeah, we can kind of see it now. Ye-wata. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Mr. Powers. Man, how many Austin Powers jokes did you get thrown at you during that era? Damn. That must have been a lot. It's a bagger. No, it's badger. I thought you said bagger. Like yeah, that's all we call the big motorcycles here. The baggers. They're baggers. Panels or wood. These are aluminum. These are the same ones I always do. The Alumacore, which is aluminum on both sides, and PVC core. So they're a 1/8 inch thick, super light. A lot. You can look them up online. Coast carries them. If you go on like Amazon or something too, they're listed as poly metal. It's probably the best way to find them. POLY metal, because it has a poly plastic core and aluminum on both sides. You can get them in black or white typically. And the nice thing is they cut super easy with just even scoring them. You can score with a razor blade, just snap them. Gotta give her a yes. So yeah, see how that green's popping? I think what I'm going to do actually, just to make it really, really pop. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I want to hit this with some more of a poison green. Maybe some frog juice. Berlin frog juice. This will make it a little bit more that lime. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice pop. You like that? Is that good, kids? Far too many. And we'll just hit these bright where the eyes would be. Just do some final smoke. And then we'll do those heads. That movie caused people to forever the S's to the end of it. Yeah, I always said Tamaya growing up, and then I learned it was Temia. Where are you coming down under? I'd love to, man. We almost planned it years ago. Well, me and Rhino were planning on it, and just kind of couldn't get it to financially happen. So I'd love to come teach a few seminars there and hang out, and just the flights are so damn expensive. But if you got an idea, man, I'm down. There we go. That's starting to look cool. Brighten these back up. Get that eye lit. Nose. Maybe when you were a kid, I used to draw like little army scenes. Alright, so now we got our detail color, which is our blackish green. And we're just going to carve out just the details. Details! Where's... Oh, he can't come tonight, man. He comes... If Gerald comes in tonight, he's going to have a heart attack. There's so much green. So much green. Yeah, Dan, I'd love to kind of figure a way to do an Australian tour and come see you guys and a few others out there. Are you coming? You're not coming for SEMA this year, right? Or are you? Yeah, so see, by brightening this up earlier, now I'm able to kind of carve in details and get that backlit. That backlighting I wanted the whole time. And I think Steve, were you there when Steve Buckus, were you there when I did the first Pumpkin Reaper project? Were you in my class when we did that? That was kind of like the thought I had with this one. I wanted that same feel. I think you were at the first one I did of the all green, or the Scarecrow. I forget which one you were at, but I know you were at one of them. Which I believe was Arizona. Oh, Steve, Leahy. Now I'm going to go to Leahy. I want to steal your idea if it's all right. I'm thinking for next week, because I have no idea what I'm going to do for feed next week, and I have a lot of bikes to work on and way too much work to get caught up on. So I know I'm going to run in the last minute. So I need some ideas. And I know with Steve, not that one, not you. I know on Steve's channel on Monday nights, there's other ones, he does the 543 paintings. They do 543 with an idea. So if Steve's permission, if it's cool, I need ideas for next week or upcoming paintings I can start thinking of. So let's do DDT, as in Down and Dirty Tricksters. DDT, and then the idea. Would be awesome, and I could go through these later and start maybe compiling some ideas. I don't know if I can do like I'll figure some stuff out, but I will take the Down and Dirty Tricksters members who are lighting up in green as I'll take those ideas a little slightly more serious. But yeah, DDT and then an idea. So Down and Dirty Tricks and then an idea for some future paintings would be really helpful, because I need. Doing these feeds every week, sometimes I'm like, what am I going to paint? So ideas would be helpful. So thank you in advance. Like R-E-S-E. Okay, so my last name is McKay. Whereas technically it's Mackay if you're Scottish. But it's Mackay. I get Mackie, McKee. Mackie's the most I get all the time when they see my name. Like, Mr. Mackie? Mr. Mackay? No, it's Mackay. It's easy. Come on. I think the A throws people off, because everyone's just used to MC being like Mackay. Whereas M-A-C is the traditional Scottish. Lindsay, thank you for all the love skulls. I gotta make more emojis and icons too. Mike Manning with the super chat coming in strong. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, so let's finish these puppies up. So we got a little crack here in the skull. Honey! What's going on? Thank you for popping in. skull with antlers. There you go. Yep. That could be one. Do you need pumpkin with brains, blood, and bullet holes? There you go. So now what I'm using, this color is not black. I'll show you the color, because you know I never use black. It's almost like a brownish green color. Okay? That's what I'm using for detail. If you use dead straight black here, it just flattens everything out. Darth Vader skull. Actually, after watching these new Stormtroopers that were on the Ahsoka series, definitely thinking of doing something with them. Like, I'm thinking painting one of them with some actual real gold leaf accents like they use in the... would be outstandingly fun. Isn't it McKay's? Evil jackalope. Yeah. How's your program coming along, Dan? For those who don't know, Dan's got an amazing airbrush program and class program and routine that I wholeheartedly endorse. The original one back in the day, I learned so much off of when it was on a little thing called DVD. I'm not sure if anyone knows, but yeah, DVDs were this thing you put in a player and it would play movies. But yeah, Dan had an amazing series that I totally attribute my ability to do better portraits too, because until his video my portraits were always really weak, and then after I did his videos I got super comfortable with portraits, especially like monotone, like single tone on tone paintings. Gary Shees, thank you, sir. Oops. DDT burning evil sunflower. Ew. I like that. That's different. Alright, so now I'm just going to do... This is important. Smoke actually does cause shadows. So, I'm going to just do a little drop shadows here from the smoke. I'm just going to go in here. And come out here. And see that a little bit? See what that just did to that piece of smoke? Now it gives it lift and volume. Just a little bit of trickery. I'm going to put this in the frame and see how it looks. Stop showing your age. You mentioned DVDs. How about VHS and Betamax? Dude, I worked at a video store, right? It was great because I had access to all the movies at a very young age. All the movies. What do we think? What do we think? Let's see here. That looks cool. That looks a little bit better than last week. What do you think, Gary? Gary, do you want me to sign the face of it or sign the back of it? I can sign the face of it like right here and tone it. Those tiny discs that came after digital discs. Yeah, I had digital discs too. Alright, yeah, I'm going to sign it so we can see it. And then we'll tone it. down a little bit. Blockbuster or the Jumbo Video. Yep. Dude, Video Store is still the best. If you didn't watch the documentary on Blockbuster or the last Blockbuster, I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. Because you remember what it was like to go out on like a Friday night and grab a couple good movies. Awesome, I'm glad. You know, I almost did, I almost grabbed some UV reactive paint, but I don't know where it is. So I've got to put a little green UV reactive. Yeah, for those who don't know, check out Dan's videos. It's going to be a great series. Alright, inside that frame, I think that looks pretty bitchin'. Michael Stanton, what's going on? You know, yeah, that's what I mean. There's still that one Blockbuster open up in Oregon. They did a documentary on it. It's awesome. And for someone, I worked in a movie theater my freshman year in high school. And then I went and worked at a video store for my last 3 years in high school. Then I stayed working there, like, on and off just for free movies. Like, I'd work a night a week. Or, like, you know, a couple, 4-hour shift here or a Sunday at the video store just to get free movies. And it was a family-owned store, so it was great. It was awesome. It was, like, the job to have in high school. When all your friends went off to college, you could make a special video compilation for them. Not that I pirated anything back then. There we go. Alright, man, I think that's it for you. Gary, that one's yours. And now let's hit this guy with some last minute hits. And then we'll move on to the other panels. Got more people on Facebook. Mike Manning, what's happening? Jeff, Harvey, Philip. Everyone just check in on Facebook. Because the problem with Facebook, I can never tell who's actually still on. So I don't know if I miss people. If I miss you on Facebook, I'm sorry. I airbrushed PS1 console. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Wasn't that a shooter? Do you do like Call of Duty or was it like Modern Warfare, one of those, wasn't it? The one you did? Yeah, I'll get that bright. And let's hit that with some candy. Oh yeah, get that nice glow, that lime. Need that lime glow on this one. That's gonna be great. Alright, let's bring up the frame. And we're going to call these done, and we're going to move on to the path lights. Alright, this guy is going to go. So the way this one's going to work is he's going to go, I got to bond him. So this takes a little bit more work after the fact. I'm going to get him in here. Let's go here. Alright, yeah, these are cool. It's so funny the difference in lighting. Actually, he needs a little more line glow. Yeah, we're going to glow. Oh, shit, yeah. Gonna hit a little glow around that frame, like the light is coming out. And we're gonna go at the right angle. Like it's glowing out and hitting it. Yeah. Yep. That's what it needed. It's funny how stuff just happens sometimes. Dan, thank you very much. Yeah, we're old, man. We're old. We are old. And like I said, this, and I'll ask Steve, I might do a little bit of like just crud on the inside of the glass. I don't know, you can tell me. We can maybe do it before I bond it, because this has to be bonded. But I'm thinking a little bit of like crud on the inside, so it almost looks aged when it goes over. What do you think? That could look cool. So what do you think, guys? This is a fun project. All this aging and the weathering. See that green kind of helped, so it's got that light that's glowing up. And this guy, super cool. Yeah. So with that, kids, I'm going to call these guys done. We're going to bring up our next victims. So this one goes to Steve. And this one goes to the collector extraordinaire, Gary Shees. Oh my god, that's on there. And yeah, I think that'll look really, really cool. I'll do this one glossy for you, buddy. I'm going to do this glossy and this matte, I think will be the plan. This I don't think should be glossy. It won't look like stone. So matte frame, glossy print. Maybe I'll see if I can get a piece of glass and actually like sink this back a little bit and put a piece of glass over it so it looks a little deeper. I wish I could find, I wonder if I could find it locally, because we have it here, some old leaded glass that's got the ripples in it. Would be really, really cool. It would just make it look like an antique painting. Digging it. I might have to go buy a bunch of these frames and just do a whole ton of them. What do you guys think? If I did a whole bunch of these, anyone interested? I won't do them on camera. I'll just do a whole bunch and we'll just sell them. So if you are interested, let me know. Cool? Everyone happy? Happy, happy, joy, joy? Cool. Alright, now for a different kind of fun. Alright, give me a second. We got to clean up the bench here. Well, I don't think I've done a feed without this in a while, without the Visionaire in the middle. So it's going to take this away. Actually, we got to move all the paint first, because I don't want to spill the paint, because I know last week I got some stuck to the bottom of the frame. So I'm going to take all this off here first. Take all this stuff off. Yeah, maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll go grab like a dozen of them. I'll paint them up, or half a dozen, with different ghoulish things. And we'll just make them available on the next couple of feeds before Halloween. Or I'll put them on the store on McKayFineArt.com as actual one-offs. Alright, we gotta get the Visionaire out of here. Whoa, look at all that mess behind there. You guys never get to see that. Bonos, notepads. Oh, I finally got one of these things. These things work great. I know Steve finally got one, and then I had to get one. You know, I got my big tumbler shaker, but this thing works awesome for stirring up paint. They actually work really good, especially on the small 1 ounce bottles. If you're into miniature paintings, these work outstanding for mixing your paint. Very surprised how well they work. Like, you can actually see, you can hear the ball inside. Does a really good job. It's one of those Oni Lab mini mixers. I'll have to put that link in the description. Alrighty. Here. Here. Alright. Da-da-da. Uh-oh. This bag's something. And then these guys. Let's see if I can move this camera. There we go. That's better. How about that? There we go. All right, so these are pathway skulls. There's 4 of them. They spike in the ground. They go in order. And they do cool light up and sound effects. So these would be fun. So all I did with these, I bought these and took them out of the box, unraveled all these cords, which was a pain in the you know what, and scuffed it down with a red Scotch-Brite. And for color, let's get my oh, you know what would be cool actually, because I got the candy mix in light. I'm going to take my candy green, that candy green mixture. I'm going to give it a quick little tint. Yeah, they actually do come off the steak, so you can run them either way. You don't have to run them on the steak. So look, so if these are up for auction as well. I think I paid like $40 for the skulls themselves, or $50 or whatever it was. But see, the steaks come out, and you could pull this out too, but you could run them solo or with the steaks. Alright, so, first things first. I bought one of those tumbler type mixers that you have, as I understand it. I've found mixers for tattoo guys, artists. Yeah, so those came out originally tattoo artists, and I tried to build my own, but it works nowhere as good as the one they built. And after the time and money I spent building my own, it was cheaper to buy one that's made by Marty Carpenter, because they work way better. Mainly because he uses a really good high power step motor. But yeah, they work great. So yeah, we kind of got into it late with Airbrush artists, but tattoo artists works great. All right, so let's give it, because I got some candy here. I'm going to give it a little tint of green, because the candy won't get interrupted by the light. But it'll make it look a little cooler. Especially if you're going to put these outside. Oh, yeah, you could do some fun. Yep. So these are up for auction. Here's my cost going to come in. Watch. And these are simple enough, man. You can just pop these, put your own higher quality lights inside them, and then run them to your Arduino boards and whatever else you're running. So the big key here is I scuff these pretty good with a red Scotch-Brite to get a good tooth. I mix this candy with 40-50, and that's going to help it bond to the plastic really well. But yeah, I got these in Spirit of Halloween. I think they were like, I have to look at the price now before I give these things away. So they were $36. I sold the box before. We'll put them back in the box and ship it to whoever wants it. Yeah, there was a $36 for the units themselves. Yeah, because I'm using the 40-50. The 40-50 will bond to this by itself like an Intercoat Clear. Like a bonding, because it's very similar material. So the 40-50 will actually bond to it. So it's very similar to the Autoborn Sealer, the 6000, which is the clear Autoborn Sealer. They're very similar in like stickiness. skulls look worried. I wish I could shut, I wonder if I can, just for a second. I shut the overhead light off. Yeah, I shut the overhead light off. It's a little cooler. You can see the light more. Yeah, so those are pretty cool. Those are fun. Green. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so like, I originally tried doing my turn to my own version with a grill spigot spinner is what I used. And when you realize when you have 50 bottles of 2-ounce liquid, how much weight that is actually turning, you need a really powerful motor, actually, to turn that much weight. Alright, so for the color, I mixed up some diseased umber and some sepia. So diseased umber from Tim Gore's Bloodline. And some sepia, hit it with a little 40-50. And let's do some detailing and just see how these look. If anyone wants them, throw your bids up. So obviously first thing I'm going to do, let's see if we can get this one here. Yeah, I'm going to turn the light back on so you guys can see. So we're going to hit all the big stuff, like the eyes. Make them a little darker. Obviously accentuate these cracks a little bit more. And just even that, the slight difference there is huge. Like, you know, when they do the skulls here, there's nothing. But you need to have, like, the kind of the full treatment. So you get that three-dimensionality to it, where the kind of the cheekbone meets the skull back here. Roger McKay, thank you for popping in. A little shadow back here. In the back of the skull, we'll hit back here like this because you've got all the like ear canals and all the other pieces here. A little blackout down here, a little bit more. Now it starts looking a little cooler. Now let's just focus on one. Yeah, it still works. Yeah, Warlock, how's your show coming this year? You gotta give me a sneak peek, man. But man, see, a couple minutes with the airbrush, even that is such a massive difference. I think what I should do, because someone, Steve was talking about doing the pumpkin, like with the bullet hole. I think I should get a Lumalor panel prepped up and ready. We'll do a Lumalor panel that actually lights up. I think it would be really, really cool. We'll have to do some aging techniques and definitely do some General Mendes texture effects. Look at that. More controls and brake prop. Oh, cool. So whenever you want to share a link, feel free to the crew. I unfortunately, well, it's fortunate and unfortunate because it's fun, but I hate it when I'm not here. I'm going to be in Las Vegas for Halloween, which I know, poor me. But man, when I do that, I don't decorate the house really because then, my wife has to deal with it, and it's just kind of a lot when I'm not here, especially like afterwards, and then I don't come home for a week. So, the years I'm at SEMA, I don't really decorate the house much. We'll put some stuff up, but... Hey Dan, thanks for popping in. Until next time. Yeah, these would be fun. But look, that's like 10 minutes, and that already looks way cooler. Then we'll put some nice satin clear on these, so these will hold up for the weather outside. And if no one buys these, then I have them for my walkway, so I win either way. Someone buys them, I win. Someone doesn't, I get new decorations. But the big thing is getting out the teeth. Yeah, man, you gotta have the crud on there. Accentuate the teeth. I'm gonna put this down for a second so I can actually really get in there. And it would work out for... Yes, yep. Well, I need to do another Jack Skellington piece before Christmas. But I usually reserve those for after Halloween for closer to Christmas. So I still get to do cool skulls, and it's still holiday related. Look at that. That looks so much cooler. But again, like right here, this is the one thing. Just by doing this, by understanding some skull anatomy, you start getting a better looking skull. Probably black out here a lot more so no light comes through that area. So I think I'm going to do another skull. I'm not going to black out the eye inside. I'll make it like there's a bright eyeball. I think it'll be cool. That's one. So we'll get one started. We'll get them all to that point, and then I can just add a little fun to them. Carol Brooks, how you doing? Oh, you know what? We're going to do a little flick, too. Pull the trigger back, get a little flick on there. They can be wiped. Get some grunginess going. Those are great. Those are fun. I'm digging these. So let's see if I can make kind of eyeballs. That might work. I don't know what that sound was supposed to be. Max Thrasher, thank you, sir. Yeah, I might actually take the eraser. Maybe the electric eraser. Hold on. Now you got me thinking. Let it dry a little bit. We're going to get a more of opaque black. Yeah, that might make it a lot brighter. Yeah. That might work. Yeah, the cough is still a little lingering, but it's much better. There's a lot of allergy stuff, and I was sick again, and just one of those years where it's kicking my butt. Last year I had a kind of a rough year too. I went to ENTs and I looked at and make sure there was like nothing in my throat. But Louise, thank you for checking in. Hope all is well. Is there anyone here coming to SEMA? Who's coming to SEMA? Carol, doing well. Doing very well, thank you. Yeah, no, I feel great. It's a learning cough. It's mostly it's It's on the back of being sick, and then it's just ragweed season up here. Like I said, my neighbor has tons of it growing on their property. Just ton. And so, and we have a lot of wetland behind us too, so it's just that time of year. It's just there. That's a blast. You'll just have to make it one of these years, that's all. You have an airbrush studio, you can get your own credentials. You just go as a buyer. It can cost you $50 or $65 for the pass for the week. Then you just gotta get yourself to Vegas. But you can go without a problem. That's how I got to my first SEMA. Like way back in the day, you had to be like, you either had to be an exhibitor or you had to be invited by like a brand that was exhibiting. That was way back. Now you just have to be in the automotive industry in some shape or form that you kind of quantify to them. And then you get your credential pass for the week and you're good to go. That's it. It basically just keeps it away from being a spectator show. You know, it's not a walk around, drink beer spectator show. It's people who like understand and want more information on product and technology, you know, and also look at cool cars. And trust me, there's so many people there. They actually do open the outdoor section to the public now, and then on Friday they let spectators in on Friday. They kind of did that during COVID because so many people couldn't come from other countries that they started allowing public in to a degree under like a restriction, under like a trial period. It was cool. But you can definitely feel the difference in the show vibe when that happens. But Lindsay, if you ever want to go to it, as like, you can just go to SEMA's website, and as long as you got like business cards or something, or a website, you can get your own credentials without a problem. Oh yeah, the recycle box stand. Like halfway through, I was getting ready to do this feed. I'm like, how am I gonna stand these things up? Like I wasn't gonna bother doing anything. Then I'm like, oh, I gotta do something. So, Amazon box. We all got them. Yeah, then all I'm going to do with these, so I'm going to put some matte clear on them, and these are good and ready to go outdoor and do some fun Halloweening. I might actually blow some more green candy over them so the light almost comes up a little bit more green, if I keep them. But if anyone wants these, we'll start the bid at $1.50. And you'll have them before Halloween, obviously. That's 2 out of 4. Not too shabby. Definitely need to pick up about 40 of them. Yeah, they were only $36, and I'm sure if you buy a bunch of them, you could probably get bulk. Like, the skulls themselves are horrible, but obviously painted up, they're really good. Cheese, grits, and NyQuil. What's going on, man? Dude, I've been on so much NyQuil for the past 2 weeks. Your name's even funnier. It's even better for me. Actually, I think I'm on my tail end of a DayQuil dose right now. Another one of our members. For those you haven't seen, you might have missed it, but we did do our little shout out early to all you guys. Thank you very much. All you down and dirty tricksters, helpers making this happen. That $2.99 a month goes a long way. And it gets you all sorts of fun discounts and things like that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You all know who you are. And I got more stuff planned for members coming down the pipeline. So NyQuil's the nectar of the gods. It really is, man. Except for the damn honey one. The honey one is gross. It wants to be good. And you take the first sip, you're like, ooh, honey. And then, ugh, not honey. Horrible. I went back to the old school green, old school stuff. The jumbo white C9 bulbs you can get from Home Depot. Oh, yeah, that's... So basically, you know, this is more of a continuation on how to make something cheesy look more fun. And if you have very little to no airbrush skills, these are even better because you can just get in there and all the kind of contours are there. You just gotta accentuate them. Right? Oh, yeah. But I don't know if you've tried the honey NyQuil. If you haven't, do it just so you can tell me I'm right. But don't take it because it's freaking gross. Gross, I tell you, gross. I'd rather eat earwax than that shit. Well, yeah, all you have to do is accentuate these main things. So the jaw, the nose. So really, from a nice distance, slowly build up paint, 3 or 4 layers. Don't go crazy. Get in there the nose. Get up under here in the cheekbones and like define that jaw. And you look at that to this, and just that little bit, look at the difference. I've done nothing that took any major skill. You know, just accentuate the jaw. And that. And, you know, here starts getting better. You get the jaw, and then around the back of the head. That's it. It's like, you know, I'm going to do an hour on this. Tussin. Gotta love Tussin. Love Tussin. The only time if you gotta get fancy under the skull anatomy is do this right here. Come up from the bottom, so you draw kind of a line. Come up, and then that. And that gives you the kind of side profile of where like you get the temple and the jawbone, and that really starts to make it look like a really cool skull. Oh, so the color on this is I used Createx Illustration Sepia mixed with a little was it Vile Green? Yeah, with a little Vile Green and a couple drops of black. That's it. And I'm just doing some speckling and just making these things fun. It doesn't take much. Go to Spirit of Halloween. Grab these for 36 bucks. Threw a little shading in there. They light up. They're cool. You know, but that's all it takes to do. You break these teeth out. And throw a little more stippling on there. Trace these cracks out a little bit. And they're going to look cool. And the main thing is, they got to look cool during the day. At night, you got to see them light up, whatever. You don't see half the stuff. But in the day, they'll look cool. Oh, I did put a little poison green, emerald green candy wash over the beginning. But that's kind of, you can get away without doing it if you wanted to. If you don't have the Vile Green, yeah, you can mix some poison green, or you could just take your sepia and add a little bit of Viridian green to it, or moss green. Moss green would work really good. Regular green and a couple drops of black will work for you. And then, like, just go around the back here. That way you shape the back of the skull and just see, it just starts to look much cooler. I'm going to do like a full black treatment right here underneath, just to black it out entirely. And this would be cool. George of the Jungle Skulls. I like this one, it's cool. But turn your $36 skulls into something that looks a little bit more professional grade. I didn't miss any bids on these, did I, Warlock? Kaylee was here at the beginning, but she left. Teenagers. Current bid is 0. It looks like I'm lighting up my front walkway with skulls. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, remember at the beginning, if you were here, ideas for next week's feed. DDT, put some ideas down. And if I do pick some ones, I'll come up with a prize of some kind. Oh, we have a bid! Cheesy Grits and NyQuil. I'm gonna have to find out your real name. I have no clue. If you win. So whoever wins these, just remember, it's probably about a $20 ship fee with this box size. So just whatever it is, it's plus 20. We do it through PayPal or Venmo or something like that. Oh, Krampus bells. Ooh, that's a good idea. Definitely should do a Krampus this year. That's gotta be on the list. I haven't done a Krampus ever on the feed. If you've never read the Krampus story that Brom put out, B-R-O-M, Brom's illustrated book of Krampus, awesome story, awesome book. I know Warlock's going out tomorrow and buying 40 of these. And I will tell you, you paint about 40 of these sets, and you start your airbrushing, it's going to be really good. No, you don't decide. Oh, that's when you keep this in your house then. It's in-house decorations for yourself. I decorate mostly in my in-house for Halloween. More fun. I already went to the website. That's amazing. That's amazing. You gotta, yeah, that's awesome. So, splatter techniques, texture effects, a little General Mendez texture in there. And just remember to give them a good scuff and wash at the beginning. That way, if there's any release agent or mold release stuff, it'll come off. Because this is all pretty on there. It's all pretty good. Oh, backseat of your car. Dude, these would look awesome, like, at the back of a Jeep or the back window. And you could light them up. Actually, you'd probably get arrested for that. Maybe not do that. Maybe don't do... Oh, I didn't tell you to do that. Remember, these are $36 by themselves for the set. Yeah, like if I was home this Christmas, I mean, if it's Christmas, this Halloween, yeah, I would probably need for my walkway at least six sets of these, and we'd go down the walkway. Splatter. These guys back here. Alright, now Let's throw some black in here. I'm not going to go 100%. I'm just going to add black to this color. I'll start getting kind of underneath here. Just black it out where you don't see it. It just makes it cooler. It's probably a good thing. If I was home this year, I would be buying that 13-foot tall Jack Skellington that I'm not buying. Oh yeah, the backseat cop pulled us over for burnout taillight. Saw that tall. Ha ha ha! That's awesome. And I'll accentuate some of this stuff a little bit more. And see, now the back of the skull at least looks like a skull by doing that. That simple little thing right there. Pull him out of the coffee for his cruiser. That's awesome. Yeah, Lindsay, have you seen that jack you can get? I know Doug Dorr got one. It's awesome. But it's like 13 or 14 feet tall, and the face is animated. And it sings all the songs, and it's awesome. Did you get one, Warlock? I was tempted. I was there the other day. And I like how the big skeleton, too, they've added the eye movement. Now they have, like, animated eyes in the big skeleton. So taking some cheesy Spirit of Halloween skulls and make them look a lot more realistic and more fun. A quick DIY. I'm going to have to edit this video down for a shorter one for people. So all the crafters out there, get a cheap airbrush if you don't have a good one. Some paints. And just accentuate all the darker areas and do a little spitting and grunging. I might actually take a little like spritz and water spray and just really do some cool stuff. And make this thing look cool. Oh, that's not bad. It's just about an hour. And then I'm going to put a little top coat on these. And I'll do a little extra here and there. And let me turn the overhead light off and we'll see how these look. A little cooler. Oh, look at those. Dude, those look even better lit now. Look at that. So these are just about done, up for bid. So we got a $100 bid on these. That's going once. Going twice. Sold to NyQuil. Cheese, grits, and NyQuil, man. I hope you're happy. These are going to be really cool. I might have to go get another set of these. But see what that black did? It just really made these much, much cooler. Yeah, they light up really good. Like, I'm going to turn, hold on, see if I can turn that last light, one of my other big lights out. Oh, there we go. Now I just got my green light. Background. Yeah, see? Look at that. Add a little more to them. So these are really, really cool. Now my face is not going to show up here. So cheese, grits, and NyQuil. Scott at thinairgraphics.com. THINAIRGRAFX is my email. You can reach out to me afterwards or reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram if you have me over there. And we'll settle that up and I want to thank everyone for coming in tonight and checking out the feed. This was a blast. Gary and Steve, your paintings are all set. I'll clear those as well. And everyone have an awesome week, and see you next time. Have a good evening. I had to.